Okay, so in terms of place of articulation, first you're talking about bilabial. Now what does bilabial means? Two lips, right? So you're talking about the sound being produced right here, p, 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 right? And then you have labial dental, which means your lip and your teeth are producing the sound, right? Like f, f. You have your lip, your lower lip, and your teeth, right? Like in the f sound for favor, for example. And then you have interdental. Interdental means in between your teeth. So when you have your tongue in between your teeth, like sounds like th, th, right? Like thick or thin, right? And then you have alveolar. The alveolar sounds are produced when the tongue touches the roof of your mouth, but a little bit to the front, right? So t and d, right? And then alveolar palatal, the tongue is touching the back, a little bit to the back of your mouth, like your sh and j sound. And then velar is way in the back, way in the back. Sounds like k and g, k and g. And then glottal is way down here, g, h, h. So if you think about it, starting from bilabial to labial dental and then interdental, it goes from front to back all the way, okay? Now, if you look up and down, we have manner of articulation, and that means how the sounds are produced, how the airflow is constricted in your mouth, okay? So you go from complete constriction of airflow, which would be the stops, okay? So you have a sound like p and b that are complete. The air completely stops, right, from going through your mouth. P. The lips are completely stopping your sound, the air coming out. To fricatives, where there's just a little bit of air coming out. Right? Just a little bit of air coming out. And then you have affricates, again, more air coming out, like sh and z. And then you have nasals, and liquids, o and and then glides, the y and w. Now, glides sometimes are called semi-vowels, okay? Now, let's go back to our chart and go through each one of these sounds. Okay, so let's go through this chart looking at each sound individually, okay? So let's start with the bilabial stops. You have the p sound, which is voiceless, and you have the b sound, which is voiced, okay? So for example, the p sound would be in the word pig, and the b sound would be in the word big, right? Those are easy. Okay, and then still in terms of stops, you have your alveolar sounds, the t sound, which is voiceless, and the d sound, which is voiced. So of course, okay, so with the word tan, and then the name Dan, right? Tan, Dan. And then still in the category of stops, you would have your velar stops, k and g, kite, and then girl. Okay, now under fricatives, you have your labiodental fricatives, f and v, like favor and veal, for example. And then you have your interdental fricatives, which are the sounds made with the tongue in between your teeth. And these are for the word bath, and the voice the voiced sound would be the for the word bathe. So th would be the voiceless interdental fricative, as in bath. And the would be voiced interdental fricative, as in bathe. And then we have the alveolar fricatives, s and z, as in Sam and zebra, right? Those are pretty easy. And then you have your alveolar palatal fricatives, sh and zh. So the first one, the voiceless one, is sh, as in ship. And the second one is the sound zh, zh, as in confusion. Okay. Lastly, we have the glottal fricative, which is the h sound, like in horse. Okay, going down the chart, we have our alveolar palatal affricate, which are ch and j. Okay, so the voiceless alveolar palatal affricate is the sound ch, as in the word church. Actually, the word church has two of these sounds, church. And then the voiced alveolar palatal affricate is the word judge, is the sound j, as in judge. Again, actually, judge has two of these sounds, j, j. Going down the chart, we have our nasals, a bilabial nasal, as in Maria. The alveolar nasal, n, as in nose. And then the velar nasal, produced way in the back, is the sound ng, as in ring, ring. Okay, the ing in English usually makes that sound. Then we have our liquids, the alveolar liquids, the and o, they're both voiced. So like in rabbit and label. And then we have our glides. We have the y glide, which is an alveolar palatal glide, like in yes. And then we have the velar glide, like in wet. And as I said before, these glides are sometimes called semivowels. Okay, very good.